So coming up on Insane Thought Posse, we talk about VR porn, rub and tugs, and what really counts as cheating. I'm here with Evaldas Karosas.
Woo! Yeah!
My insane thought is that visiting a sex worker shouldn't be considered cheating. I brought this from Japan.
Yeah, pick one. Which one are you?
You guys don't know if I'm not mixed race. My 23andMe is coming. You don't know yet.
Have you done a 23andMe?
Yeah, it's coming.
Evaldas is also Asian.
Do you know how upset I'll be?
Do you know why he went to Japan? To get to his roots.
Yeah.
Yeah. I met my dad.
If you have Cambodian ethnicity, I'm actually gonna kill myself. I think.
Why? Why Cambodia?
Because I'm the only Cambodian fella out here.
It would be quite crazy if I was Cambodian and I started getting gigs on the back of it. And
Yeah, I would genuinely kill myself.
What's your insane thought?
Yeah, give us your insane thought.
My insane thought is that sex work, it's not cheating. If you go to a sex worker, it isn't cheating.
You
Even
mean
if you're in a relationship,
As in, like, as a worker or as a patron?
as a patron. Like if you're in a relationship and you visit a sex worker, it isn't cheating. I brought this from Japan, sponsored by Tokyo. Because in Japan it isn't.
what?
Yeah, in Japan, women don't consider their guys to be cheating if they don't go to see a sex worker.
Really?
But what?
Yeah.
What do they? What the sex workers there? Is it like? What's on
Robots?
the menu?
Yeah. I think because if they're AI, yeah, that's not cheating, right?
If it's a hand job,
no.
I'm like whatever.
So they're kind of like that, like massage, hand job. I don't know if they would consider sex itself cheating.
Who have you interviewed with this? Have you just been interviewing the guys? It
It's
sounds like
the
you've
fellas.
you've just got an ask loads of dudes. Hey boys, we sit
Yeah.
around like
The women allow.
yeah, they love it.
None of us asked. We just decided that culturally this is acceptable
Yeah.
as a group.
They all definitely
As a
agree.
group. No, because it's seen like as a service.
As a
only.
transaction.
It's a transaction only. Yes, and that's why it's fine.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to justify my own behavior, which I would never do.
Really?
I should have. You know what? My insane thought post shouldn't have been. It isn't cheating. I should have said it shouldn't be considered cheating, because that makes it sound like I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So cut
But
it.
no, but it is cheating.
Just recut it.
It is cheating.
think it is
I'm
cheating?
going to take the point here where it's cheating. Yeah.
Okay.
Like
do
if
you
I-
think? Cause do you think it's cheating?
I think there's some scenarios where it wouldn't be, but like for example, like if you're disabled and you need to blow your load, otherwise it hurts.
But why can't your wife then blow your load?
Well, no,
Does she
sometimes
hate
nurses
you
have.
because you're
so-
disabled?
I don't know. Sometimes nurses have to do it, and you're not. Your wife might be busy,
Interesting.
so that
Yeah, so
becomes
so basically it's if your wife is busy.
when it be when your wife is busy and it is a medical problem.
Yeah.
Fine, whatever.
I see. So your wife needs to be busy plus medical problem. Because I think the way they view it is that it's a transaction, and then
Yeah.
men like their heads go crazy if they don't come or whatever.
And that's true.
So then the logic is that I can't help you with this sometimes.
Yeah.
So you just go and you pay money and that's it.
But you can help yourself.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yes, but
You can buy.
you can eat, you can make yourself food, but it's nice to go to a restaurant.
Ooh.
Compelling.
Compelling. Let's all go to sex workers after this.
Yeah, we're
Who am I gonna get?
Would you ever go? Like
and
if your wife allowed, would you?
no.
Well, this is my point. I think that a lot of women wouldn't care that their guy would go, but it's just considered lame.
No, I think
I think it would hurt me.
It would hurt you.
Yeah.
it would hurt me. Are you kidding? So
Oh no, but women can't.
that's crazy. That's
no,
crazy.
I'm talking just about guys. Come on. Come on. I mean, that's obvious.
So-
I know a woman who did go to one of these things.
One of
Oh,
these
really?
things.
Yeah.
One of these things being like.
A rub and tug massage place.
Yeah. Okay.
Made by a guy.
Yeah. She got fingered by a guy.
Whoa.
And I was like, my mind was blown because I'm like, I didn't know they offered that service.
And she paid money.
I assume, yeah.
He didn't pay
To
to
be fair,
her.
this girl didn't tell me. It got through the grapevine. And then
I
that
see.
person was like, don't tell people. And I'm like, this is not going to go back to you.
Yeah, it's probably not unless you say the name.
Okay.
Oh, I see. Because sometimes you go on, I was on what website is it? Is in the UK where it's just like you can-
Pornhub?
or services.
Craigslist.
Craigslist, and there's a bunch of guys
What?
offering services for women, like massage and
Mm.
stuff. And then like, whoever answers these,
Yeah.
There's some lonely people out there.
Okay, so what? Regardless or not of whether you can do it, if my partner,
yeah,
who I've been going out with for quite
Yeah,
a while
yeah.
now, decided to go and pay some dude
yeah,
to, I was gonna act it out there for a second. I'm not gonna do that.
yeah.
To like go to town.
No, but a woman's version of this, right, is not sexual. For a woman, this would be like a guy just taking her on a date, because that's what women care about.
Women don't want to come.
no.
Women
No.
can't come.
You know, because it's like women are jealous. Like, because women are not that jealous of like when it's just sexual. Women don't get that jealous, and guys are really jealous.
I don't know about
Who
that.
have you
dude.
polled about
Yeah, I don't
that?
know. I don't know about
Who
this
you polled?
dude.
I think I would be jealous.
But like, are you more jealous of something that is emotional or physical?
Well, I mean, I can't say because I've never been put in that position either way.
Yeah.
But I think either would bother me. Well, maybe less emotional because I think like, let's say like let's say I'm married, I have a husband, my husband has a work wife. Who gives a fuck?
A work wife? What does
You
that
know,
mean?
so a work wife is like, ooh, it's your wife at work. You guys have chit chats. You're like best two peas in a pod while you're
Yeah.
like photocopying shit.
You gotta like get lunch together and stuff.
Yeah.
You like
I
hang
see.
out.
I see, but it's like there's nothing in it. Just and then you wouldn't care about that. That's what you're saying.
I don't think I would.
There's a bit of twerking at the Christmas party. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that. But then I'd be like, I don't know.
You would be.
I'd be at the Christmas party, but in their day to day, fine. Like it's good to have a friend.
Yeah, because it's like.
I don't know, man. I think like, so you're it sounds like you're saying is that like women can emotionally cheat on their boyfriends and dudes wouldn't care,
Yes.
and dudes can physically cheat on their
And then
girlfriends
the
they don't
the
care.
women wouldn't care as much.
Yeah.
That's
'Cause that's
a good sum up of it.
Because in like films, that's like and TV, that's what they always say. It's it meant nothing. It was purely physical. You know? what I mean?
Yeah.
And they still care. They're still
But that's how women see it in Japan, right? It's purely physical. But I reckon if they found out that afterwards the guy took her on a date,
yeah. Then they get annoyed.
then it would be probably.
What about
not a good
repeat
thing.
purchase?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I think because right, transactional, fine, right? You go get your shit cleaned out by one guy, whatever. You go back to the same guy, now it's a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think it should be like a glory hole situation if we really for this to be okay.
So a robot, or a robot.
No, just it's devoid of like it can be a human touch. I don't think you can see the person. It can be a fantasy, but I don't want you to see somebody's eyes and be like, "Oh, that's who's jerking me off."
And then
Yeah.
eyes make it so that it has to be doggy, basically. That's what you're saying.
I get it should be not personal. Like
What-
if you don't want it to be personal, then I don't want to see the person. It should be their penis is in a hole in the wall, and that's it.
What about
Yeah.
like okay, we're in a massage table, right? You're on your back, and on the ceiling is a picture of their partner, and it's someone else just like
That's a great.
going to town.
But
and,
at the
like, so
same
they're
time,
just,
it's
they're
like-
looking at a picture of you, and the masseuse is like tugging you off.
But at the same time, then why aren't you with your partner? That's the question.
They're busy.
Sometimes
They got work.
They just sent you a picture. It's like put it on the ceiling of the.
It's like,
massage
honey, I've got to
place.
go get. I know you're busy. Honey, I know you're on holiday, Portugal.
Here's a picture of me.
Yeah.
Put it on the ceiling.
Yeah,
I found a place, tantric massage.
Go get,
.de.
go get your shit. Go get your shit sorted. .de.
Here's a deranged confession from me. Sometimes when I really want to like a guy,
Yeah.
I will jerk off and then force myself to think of them so that I will like them, even though I don't like them.
Wait. But in what situation?
You did
Why?
not need to confess
But
to
no,
that.
No. I thought you know what? I'm adding content. I'm adding content to this
No, it's valid,
conversation.
it's so valid.
No, I like this confession, but I have a question. Is like, why do you want to like someone forcefully?
Because
They like you.
sometimes they like me. The situation seems like it's nice and would be fruitful if maybe I was more sexually attracted to them. So then I try to mess myself up.
But so you hype yourself up with someone else.
I'm jerking it to lesbian porn, thinking of a man
Nice.
but then you're associating him with
with boobs.
boobs. And does it help? Do you then sometimes see him
No, it's not helped.
And then you lied to him. He's like, oh, I was thinking about you after when I was masturbating. But you don't tell him that it was actually at the very end. Then you had to force yourself. And then you got disgusted and it delayed your jerk off. And then you had to go back to lesbians a bit.
Yeah.
And then back to him. And then you kept getting delayed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did that. Yeah.
Why did you do that?
No, I haven't actually.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I haven't. But like everyone, it's kind of like, because sometimes you're, well, not me, but.
Oh. Hey, I'm not doing it.
No, I'm not doing this.
I bared my soul just then.
Everything I've said so far, I believe in nothing, right? I believe in nothing. It doesn't matter. But a lot of people, when they have sex with their spouses and stuff, they sometimes think of other people, right, to come and they do that.
I'm so intrigued as to where you're getting this, like
No, I've heard that though. Within films and stuff, I've seen it's like, oh, who are you thinking? Like, or there's even songs about it, like, I know who you think about when we're together.
Yeah. Okay, right. The themes are clear, but you're talking about this as if I've polled loads of people and been like, I've done like a thing on. I've asked 100 people on the streets of Japan.
I should have polled. It would be funny if I took out polls.
If you had stats with you right now, I'd lose my mind.
I should have brought stats. I didn't know I was going to be asked, but I'm sure I could manage.
Okay,
I could chat GPT deep research stats.
Okay, so people think about each other.
Yeah, but so what you're doing is the opposite. Yeah. Is you're with someone, you're looking at something you like, and then you just change. You go.
I'm trying to change the brain chemistry.
Yeah.
And associate it with things I do like.
But you'd never. You were
trying so hard to have sex with someone and think about them.
Yeah.
I'm here. It's you. Come on, it's you.
Oh no. This is. I will have sex with a man who I'm like, whatever, and I'll be like, I love you in my head. I whisper I love you over and over again. So I'm like, maybe you'll trick yourself and you will love this person.
It's funny that he's trying not to come, so he's imagining his grandma, but you're trying to come, so you'd imagine a wedding.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, our future together. Yeah. No, you are. Yeah, you could take care of me. No, obviously not.
He's trying to make you come, and he's dirty talking, but all he needs to say is, I do.
Yeah.
That's insane.
You've never thought about anybody else during sex?
I'm only ever thinking about not coming, like all the time.
Baseball.
Yeah. It's literally like, what's the Fulham lineup going to be this weekend? Or I reckon he'll be on the wing, and then he'll be in goal. Oh, I think we could win this 2-1. I think we could. Like, I'm just desperate not to come.
But what about if you're having sex for the second time in the same day?
Oh, what? And that problem's taken care of?
Yeah, because it's like, well, you're probably not going to come as fast.
Yeah, true.
And now your mind's free to do whatever.
But it's I like.
Wow, I've never felt this freedom.
Controversial take. I like to be present in the moment when I'm having sex.
That's nice.
Personally.
Yeah.
That's my thing. That's what gets me off, My fetish? Just being here.
Just being in the moment. Just hearing the lawnmower outside.
Yeah.
Just the sounds
having sex. Who's cutting your lawn when you're having sex?
Just drilling. My neighbor's drilling. Just in the moment. Just present.
Yeah. I'm like with it.
Steps upstairs. Yeah.
I guess has there been a time where I've thought of someone else? Maybe. I think it's quite hard to like see someone and then it like close your eyes and just be away with it,
What, even straight after a breakup or something? You've not gotten like at a fling with somebody and been like, thinking about the ex?
I'm unsure if this will make the pod. I've only been with 2 girls.
So you just
both girlfriends. As in, like, I had a girlfriend, broke up, 6 months, nothing, new girlfriend.
So
that's
I guess
my whole life.
You would have 2 people. You just do switch.
And you're normal,
Pretty straight up.
No, but in a way, that could make it so that you actually would, because you can imagine like a hot cashier. You don't need to have ever slept with them.
But yeah,
I feel like you're incriminating James.
You're trying to get me to say, yeah, okay, fine.
I got it. I got him. My money, please.
Tash walks through the door and she's like, I fucking knew it.
I shake her arm. Yes, yeah. My job here is
pays
done.
You 100 quid. This is over.
My insane thought, I could make you break up.
This is like Cheaters, but it's like Cheaters of the Mind.
Yeah. You can't prove anything. It's all in here.
I do think that like I would feel some kind of way if someone I was properly dating decided to go get like a hand job from somebody. Because I'm like, why can't you just regulate yourself?
Yeah.
If you have the means
Well,
to regulate
my
yourself,
question,
just do
I
that.
guess, would be like, why didn't you come to me? What was
that
my
too.
hand not enough? It's a good hand.
Yeah, but they're busy, right? That's the idea. I mean,
Or yeah, they're busy, or sometimes I think people don't ask. Most people would do things if you ask. Not.
yeah. Hang on. hang on.
I would do most things if you asked.
You just ask politely.
Barely ask, just suggest.
Yeah. But like,
oh, my penis is hurting. My penis is hurting a little.
Let me take care of it.
could you just do a little something for me? That's horrible. I think that is it, right? It's always like, because I think a lot of the times, okay, the guys who are going out and paying for stuff are also like, they've not asked. They've just been like, she doesn't want to. She's not tugging it without me asking.
You know,
I'm gonna go and pay for it. You know?
I think it's just like, I think it's just lame. It's just a lame thing to do. And I think in Japan, for example, it's just not seen.
Lame as in have to pay.
To pay for any like sexual thing. Doesn't matter if it's sex or not. I think it's just like a very lame thing to do. At least in our society, it's just like, well, you're a loser if you have to do that.
There is like an element of like, oh, what?
Because it's like, okay, you're on a date with a guy, right? And he told you he's seen sex workers. Is that a red flag?
I have seen guys who have seen sex workers. And...
I of course.
Okay.
Yeah, wow. That's a crazy shot.
No attack. Nothing.
Of course.
But it's like, I'm like, okay, yeah, fine. You know, I don't know. I don't have that much judgment about it. What actually does bother me about it is the ethics of it, and it's not to do with like, oh, should sex work be allowed? It's more so that a lot of these places end up taking their passport and things like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And,
So let's
like-
imagine it's all like obviously ethical.
Okay.
Like it's all ethical.
Would you rather find out that someone had paid for sex work, or had cheated on an ex?
Great question.
I've dated someone who's done both of those things.
Oh, sick!
Cheated with a sex worker,
I'm sure.
which I think shouldn't be counted.
Yeah, that's not cheating.
Yeah. According to Japan, it's fine.
You know, because in Japan it just isn't lame. That's another thing. Like in Japan, it's not considered to be as lame.
It's like going to the shops.
Because I
It's like
think
getting your car washed.
probably a bit lamer.
Than getting your car
In the
washed.
spectrum of lame, it's probably close to like running with the backpack on.
Yeah, okay. I mean, Japan are like kings of cringe. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, obviously,
And it's like everyone's so lonely and stuff because it's normalized basically.
You hear this, Japan? All right,
They'll change after this.
gotta get this out there. Yeah. You guys got to work on yourselves.
But yeah, which one is better, cheating or sex work? That's a great question.
I actually think cheating is worse
Right.
because I think there's a loss of foundation of trust.
Yeah.
But if you just went to a sex worker on your own volition, you're not with it in a relationship. And it's like, fine. It's like a means to an end. And like, yeah.
Yeah, I would take my son.
What?
I'm joking, but
It's a
this is-
crazy
this is-
interjection.
this
I
is
think
a
Anthony Kiedis' dad
lot
did
of
that.
people do that.
Yeah.
A lot of people take their sons to lose virginity to a sex worker.
That's crazy.
Like it's genuinely a thing because I think the dad is like, well, I'm gonna get this out of the way for him, so he can be cool in school or whatever.
yeah, but isn't it just so much cooler for them to just find out and do it themselves?
But also, it's like that now the sex worker's a pedophile.
Yeah.
Yeah. But dad allowed it, so it's fine.
I had a note
That's
from
like,
dad.
yeah.
You cannot be a pedophile on a
It's like a 12.
when you're an older woman on a boy.
It's like a 15 rated like movie. You can go in if your parent comes in with you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is that one of the that is the double standard that exists for women.
No, it's not. It's
We're allowed to be pedophiles.
yeah. It's not a double sign. It's fine. Just continue.
I mean, look at that there was that teacher that like married her student, and then
No, I lived near a foster care when I was a child. Like my neighbor in my neighborhood, there was a house full of foster children, and a lot of them were my friends. And one of them was like 13, and he slept with one of the teachers. She was like 20 something.
What the hell?
And we were all like, yeah, 14, 13. And he told us, and we were like, fuck. Like, what? Wow.
That's
How
so
did you do that?
sick.
That's sick. And then, but obviously now that I grew up and I think about it, it's still so cool.
yeah.
Yeah, so sick, man. That's fucking legend.
I genuinely think that is probably one of his best memory.
I'm sure. Yeah, bro's an orphan, and bro's an orphan. He got to fuck his teacher. Yeah, he's up right now in that scenario.
To be fair, you approach an 18-year-old virgin and you're like, okay, right now, gun to your head, orphan or lose your virginity, like orphan and lose your virginity right now, or just keep your virginity. They're like, kill my parents,
Take him.
put them dead. I don't care. I need this taken from me. I think it would be. I still think it's cheating. Like I don't care if it's transactional. It's always like there's a communication you can have here, where it's like you didn't need to do that, and because then it's like if I agree it's not cheating, like in the relationship, then go, no problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So if it's agreed, it's not cheating.
Yeah.
So it's almost like polyamorous relationship, but only with sex workers.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's not like I'm trying to figure out here what I'd like in life.
It's just like I can't give you what you need right now, and I understand that. So go get it. Go get it, sis.
Yeah, I'm away.
I just think that there's so much silicone stuff that we can use.
That's true as well.
And like, you want a human? There's like you can get a silicone human.
Yeah. I have a VR headset. I've told you. I haven't looked at porn on. I looked at VR porn on like a phone.
Yeah.
You know, can you put it in a cardboard?
What are you talking
Yeah, you can
about?
buy it on like AliExpress, like 2-pound cardboard, and you put your phone in, and it like simulates VR. And then like that's how we were like jerking off when we were like 19 or 20.
There's so many things I'm learning right now.
Yeah, this was like a big like a lot of parents walked in on their kids just having cardboards in their phones, and yeah, it's a thing, you know.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's a thing.
Yeah.
But now it's like obviously the quality is much better, and even then I remember just watching. I'm like, this is insane. Like it's crazy.
You into VR porn?
Huh?
VR porn? Is it?
It was VR. Yeah, it was VR porn. Like even 6 years ago, it was insane, and I haven't checked since. And now I have a nice VR headset, and I don't even want to touch it.
Oh, you're not.
Because you're nervous.
You're too scared.
Yeah.
you
I
get
would
sucked
not
in.
leave the house.
Yeah.
And my door doesn't really lock well, and
You're just stuck in the rift. Like, oh no, God.
I'm looking at the Grand Canyon.
Where am I? Yeah. That would be quite scary to like lose yourself. Just
Grand Canyon would be a great porn star name.
Yeah.
It's the loosest vagina.
would be so. Yeah.
I'm 55. I'm Grand Canyon.
Um,
Yeah, but yeah, it's a good one. Is that because I feel like porn's getting so real that it's gonna be considered cheating soon.
Some people do consider it now cheating.
I
Porn?
kind of do.
porn? Wait, you consider it cheating?
Yeah.
Hang on.
Uh-oh.
But not sex work.
Yeah, well, hang on. So hang on. Let me get this straight.
Because in my head, porn is all more emotional than sex work.
Tug-
Okay, explain that.
I
'cause
don't see how
think-
tugging your own dick can ever be can be more cheating than paying.
Well, you're
someone
not just
to-
tugging your own dick. You're looking at people fuck.
Yeah, but is that not different to like actually fucking someone?
Maybe you're right. No, but like I'm not talking
Is
about
it because
fucking.
is it because it's a fantasy? Like it ignites
Yeah, I
a
think
fantasy?
it is a fantasy. I think it's a thing about a fantasy because like you're fantasizing to be with that other person. But like if you go to like a masseuse or whatever, like there's no fantasy to be with them because you're with them. But so I can see the point. I can see, but I think it's just like it's more. I don't know. It just kind of it would make me more insecure.
If you knew your girlfriend was watching porn.
Like with other guys, than if she probably went and got a massage or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Hmm.
That's so interesting. And I don't think I agree.
A lot of girls think that way about porn.
As in, like, they'd rather
As in, like,
you went...
I think it's cheating. They think it's cheating.
Yeah.
But they can't say it because it's kind of seen as crazy. And then they go to Reddit and I read it.
What about if you imagining it, though? So we're going back to the... Like, if they could ever read your mind and found out that you were thinking of someone else, that would be cheating more so than going and paying someone else to do it.
Well, guys, I think it depends on how, like...
Okay, yeah, so we're back into you can go and pay for sex work, but you have to be thinking about me the whole time.
I think it's just because it's like... Because I think because it's also just you can choose. You go on porn and then you choose, like, I like that. That's what I don't have. Because porn is more about, like, what you don't have at home, and then you seek it out.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. Isn't it? Because then why are you watching porn? You're doing it for novelty and for something you don't have. While with like masseuses and stuff, I think it's just more like a massage. Rather than, you know what I mean? Is that okay? So why do you watch porn?
Just to get me
To not, bro. Like.
yeah, just to get me going, right? It's just to like just pure like get this out my system, and then the porn goes off. Because as soon as I'm done, I'm like, I don't want to see this anymore.
I think it's like it's a shortcut to get to like the dopamine that comes after nutting.
I haven't watched porn in 5 years or so.
Wow, that's so impressive.
Yeah.
Well done, man.
Yeah, I don't remember why I quit.
Because you got too lost in it. You had the Google Cardboard and you were like, oh my God.
I think this is time to quit.
Yeah.
When you're buying £2 cardboard from AliExpress.
How old were you guys?
Because you can jizz without it.
How old were you guys when you first saw porn?
I remember exactly.
I remember as well.
We were playing, me and my friends at school. We went to a friend's house. He was rich and he had a big room, so we were playing. What was that game? What do you call that game where you cover your eyes and then you have to catch?
Marco Polo.
Is that what it's called?
Where you put a blindfold on and then you say Marco and someone shouts Polo and then you like go and find them. You ever played that?
Yeah.
Normally in a swimming pool.
Yeah, it'd be normally.
No, we would play it in the room. It's Eastern Europe. We don't have no swimming pools. We don't have no.
It's not a personal swimming pool. You play it in. Like
we took the swimming pool games and then played them on land.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
And then, so basically, we were playing and it was fun. And then one of them was like, "Hey, I have something more interesting than this to show you."
More interesting than Marco Polo.
The Marco Polo, yeah, on land. And then he was like, "Come here." And then it was the guy whose house it was, and he was like the first guy to have internet.
Right.
And then he goes, "Look at this." And then obviously it was like a first ever website to have porn, so it was called porn.com.
Nice.
Or whatever.
Do you think that still exists?
Yeah, probably does. It's probably the most expensive domain you can buy, but and then he showed us, and then I looked at it and I was like, I don't know what this is. I don't remember. I remember thinking I don't know what this is, but I want to do this for the rest of my life.
How old were you?
Like 11.
Yeah, I think I was like 10, 11 when I first saw porn.
I was younger.
Younger.
Yeah. I remember being at like a family friend's house. This girl had like a tantrum. She was like freaking out in her room. And I was like trying to kind of like be a friend and calm her down. And then she was just looking at like stuff. And then like some other kid came in and was like, "That's bad." And I was like, "This intrigues me."
That's bad. Yeah, don't look at it then.
Yeah.
Leave it to me. Well, we all went and jerked off one after each other in the toilet. We were watching it, and it was like one of the boys was like, "I'll be back in a bit." And then he left, and then like 4 of us just waited, and he came back, and then one of us was like, "My turn."
Oh.
And then we all jerked off in the same toilet one after
Bro,
another.
that toilet must have smelled like those trees.
What the?
And then you know what we did after? Marco Polo.
Oh, that's so gross. Yeah.
But empty nuts.
Good.
Yeah. Well, what was your story?
I was like 10, 11 playing RuneScape. Yeah.
Okay.
And I was playing RuneScape with some guys, and they basically were just like, "Oh, if you like this game, you should really go check out this other website. Like, it's got like really good games." And it was just like,
I love that they think there is a correlation. Man, if you like fishing in RuneScape,
Yeah.
you will love penetration.
I literally got done like killing some spiders or whatever it was, and I was like, "This is the best game. I'm having the best time." And they're like, "Check this website out. It's so much fun." And I literally opened it up, and it was like hard. It was like porn.
Yeah.
And I was literally like, I immediately was like, "This is wrong. This is very wrong."
You could tell that you shouldn't be looking at this.
Yeah. And there were like so many like pop-ups, and I couldn't close it, and I just like ran crying to my parents. I was like, "I don't know what's happened, but something's come up on the computer."
So the first time you saw porn, you immediately went to your parents.
I ran away. Yeah, I was scared.
That's crazy.
Ran away, and I was like, because it was on the family computer. Do you know what I mean?
Oh.
And I couldn't get rid of it.
I see. So you were doing damage control because you knew they're gonna see it.
Yeah, and I knew it was wrong. I knew that what was on the screen right
was
now,
off.
I shouldn't have been looking at it.
Yeah.
It's probably all the 18 and over signs all over the website. But I freaked out big time.
Yeah, I've been caught once watching porn by I think he was like a plumber or something.
Plumber, not even a parent.
No, because I was like 13 and I was just like had my screen over and I was just doing the thing, and then I think I just didn't hear because I was home alone, and then the guy was supposed to come over and do our plumbing, and then basically
that's how porn starts, isn't it?
How porn started. My boy, your boiler doesn't work. But no, basically he was knocking on the door and I couldn't hear it, so he was walking around the house doing this to the windows. Just to see if someone's inside, because someone's supposed to be.
Right.
And then I'm jerking off, and I look to the window, and he's like that.
That's so bad.
And then I just let him in, and we obviously we didn't talk about it.
My parents, my dad's a realtor, and they were showing houses. They go into this one house, and you agree beforehand about what times you're going to be there, right? So that the people know that they're not going to be there. And then they walk into this one room. This dude jerking it to Cantonese porn.
Cantonese.
Specifically
Very
Cantonese.
Well, how is it Cantonese? Like, what's
They were just speaking Cantonese.
Oh, right.
I don't
okay.
know.
who? Subtitles on porn?
Yeah. And then apparently my mom was like, oh! And then he was like, all right, we're not going in there. And obviously the guy was extremely embarrassed. I got caught not watching porn in the moment, but I think I was like a preteen or something. I Googled Keanu Reeves' penis.
So sick. That's
That's the best penis to look for.
Yeah.
Of all the penises I'd like to see,
Yeah.
it would be Keanu Reeves' penis.
And there was a penis that came up, and I was like, must be his. Didn't really do anything with it. I remember I wasn't like turned on or anything. I was just like, oh, okay.
Was it hard?
Honestly, I think it was flaccid actually,
Keanu
but
Reeves'
long.
flaccid
It was
penis.
like a semi.
nice.
But at that time, Google Chrome was new, and Google Chrome had this thing where it's like most visited websites when you open a new tab. I swear to God, I went on it once. It showed up on there, and then my mom was like, "Well, what the hell's this?"
Most visited website. Keanu Reeves'
penis.
Flaccid long penis. I don't know. I just watched The Matrix and I was interested.
That's so funny. Yeah, it's so funny getting exposed. There's
Yeah.
times where I've forgotten to close the tab on my phone, and people have been like, "Oh, look up this thing," and I like open like Chrome on my phone. I'm like, "Oh!"
Yeah, because you can just say, "Oh, I pressed on an ad."
I was gigging with a comic. They had an iPad out.
That's even bigger, man.
They had an iPad out.
So I had an iPad. A phone you can literally.
I don't
like,
think
"Oh!"
that they noticed that I saw it, which is fine.
Yeah.
But like they had like this like sex chat like webcam thing on, and then I was just like, oh, logging that there, and then she closed it, and I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, cool.
Wow.
So it's like you open the laptop, open the browser, you just hit P, and it's just like, what's gonna come up? What's the
Yeah.
autofill gonna be? Come on, let's see it.
Okay. Well, I don't know if I'm convinced with your
With my argument.
argument.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't come convinced either.
Okay.
You just come to pitch. You come to
Yeah, I
like.
came with a pitch.
I'm like, guys, can you convince me
I was
otherwise?
like,
I don't know.
Guys, this is what Japan does, and they're doing pretty well.
Well,
GDP rising.
No one's having kids.
No, we were not having kids either.
It's true.
So
Them old people,
Yeah.
they ain't gonna get care.
yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I was convinced.
Mm.
Well, maybe I came here to
Well, you came convinced because it suits you.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
I wanted to be convinced to kind of wash away my sins.
Yeah.
we can't do that for you.
We can't do that.
I tried.
We're here to hold you accountable.
I
Yeah.
tried.
Nail you to that cross.